you out there in YouTube land, this is Transit010 and I'm back with another action figure review. If you can remember 1990, or in some accounts 1991, it was a really good year for the Ninja Turtles. Not only did we have a really cool live action movie and a sequel, but we also had some really cool turtle variants. And among those were the mutant military line like Lieutenant Leo, Raph the Green Green Beret. We also have the sports turtles to make their grand debut. And what better to represent that line than Slam Dunkin' Don and TD Tossin' Leo. The Rockin' and Rollin' Turtles, which I've already, mentioned in a previous review, which I will probably redo in the near future, has our turtle bros in festive, genre-appropriate musical type clothing and instruments. Punkin' Don and Heavy Metal Raph, of course, were two of my favorites. And it all started with the turtle variants: Raph the Space Cadet, Mike the Sewer Surfer, Don the Undercover Turtle, which we've already looked at, and Leo the Sewer Samurai. These were awesome figures. And Playmates decided to up the ante by giving us 3 more. Make by Day Leo, Skateboarding Mike, and what we have in the spotlight today, Hose 'em Down Don. Hose 'em Down Don, of course, is a wonderful firefighter and really tapped into the child's imagination of, what you want to be when you grow up. Well, here, your favorite turtle is now your favorite career choice when you were a kid. Or just the fact that any one of the Ninja Turtles could be a firefighter or a police officer was just stupendous. That's the only word I can think of. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Donatello or any of the Ninja Turtles fight crime or fight fires? It was just purely amazing. The only thing in this trifecta that they couldn't have made into an action figure, and they kind of did years later, was a doctor or maybe a paramedic. Would have loved to have seen a Raphael as Dr. Raph. But before I get ahead of myself, let's take a look at this wonderful figure. He is a very colorful firefighter. He has got your traditional fireman's jacket, firefighter boots, firefighter gloves, and that wonderful firefighter hat, complete with turtle texture all over. And I'm just assuming that these boots have rubber soles, because really, what kind of idiot would go into a fire without rubber boots? It's just common sense. You need rubber boots. He has seen quite a few fires, as he has that weathered grimace, very common with every Donatello action figure to this point. And his firefighter jacket is torn in various places. Spot there, sleeve is half missing there, nice little tear there, and a nice little blurb about the Turtle Fire Department. The shirt is open partly, possibly to gag on all the little pretty boy firefighters that were on TV at that particular time. Or maybe it's just the fact that you need to know that this is a turtle figure, or the fact that he's wearing a firefighter's coat that is just 2 sizes too small for him. Plus, it also tells us that this is Donatello because his purple belt and medallion is front and center. It's a nice blend of firefighting gear and traditional turtle looks. I really do love it. Also, wrapped around his left shoulder is, of course, a firefighting hose. As for Donatello's articulation, the same as all Ninja Turtles. He's got that definitive 7-point turtle articulation. His shoulders do go 360, as do his swivel wrists. His head can't go 360, but then again, why would you want it to? Possibly because of the popped up collar on his jacket. His ankles, or his hips, do rotate as well, and we do see a little bit of the torn jacket. And that's it. That's really all there is to him. And of course, what would a firefighter be without some really cool firefighting accessories? So let's get the scorchin' scoop on Hose 'em Down Don. First, we have his Easy-accesee Axe, which is better than any key because this baby can open any door in the city. Perfect for chopping down foot soldiers or April's apartment door when the foot decides to burn it down for some apparent reason. And then we have his Sizzle-fizzle sewer Seltzer bottle. So go ahead and soak them. Good for extinguishing fires, and, well, let's drown out a few circuits of some foot soldiers as well. Why not? Little interesting note, this bottle will actually be reused a year later in 1992 for the movie star line, where, you guessed it, movie star Donatello would get the honors of having his fire extinguisher, which would be used to extinguish the mutations of Beep, Bop, and Rocksteady, Toka, and Razor. And of course, what firefighter would be complete without his dog? And of course, this dog is his firefighting fire hydrant with hose. No really mention on the dog, and it's really such a shame because it's more like a little buddy, much like we've seen with Napoleon Bonafrog and Wingnut and Screwloose. And of course, my favorite, Muckman and Joe Eyeball. But unlike those, this guy is fully painted. He actually survived the QC process from a painted prototype to a fully painted mass release. That is just amazing in itself. That's just wonderful. It's a completely white PVC plastic piece painted red on the hydrant, the hose, and of course the hat and spots. And of course, Donatello can hold on to it with two hands. To douse fires and that foot scum. Before I go, let's take a look at Hose 'em Down Don's card. We see a lot of activity. It's your traditional green on brick with the nice little explosion front and center, with his little Sparky pal giving him the hose to douse himself for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or possibly because the water itself cannot reach the flames that are blazing the top of this card. But luckily Donatello's on the left-hand corner, dousing it with his Sizzle-fizzle sewer Seltzer bottle. And, well, for some reason, he decided to take out all of his aggression right there on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. I really do like this artwork. Very nice. 1991 did give us some of the best artwork that on these cards there ever was. You can definitely see it's more polished and professional. It's a really, really nice. And of course on the back we do have the portrait of Hose 'em Down Don, the firefighting foot fighter, the accessories close up, and everything that was available in 1991. In closing, I think this is a very wonderful figure. Although a lot of people would think it's out of place to do just a common disguise like a firefighter, I think it works perfectly well with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. This was a line that inspired kids to use their imaginations with playtime. And what better way to get the imaginations going than to suit up your favorite turtle, or a Ninja Turtle in general, as a real-life hero. I mean, these guys go out of their way, these men and women go out of their way to make sure that lives are saved and the freedoms are protected. And I just give a major kudos, major shout out to Playmates for giving us this wonderful toy. If you don't have him, I suggest you go out and get him. He is the perfect gift for any firefighter you know, or just the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector. I mean, it goes both ways. This is Transit 010, and I am signing off.